Hello and welcome. We're going to tackle a huge question for English learners today. How do you build a simple, powerful daily practice without having to pack your bags and move to another country? Okay, let's dive right in. First off, I want to start by talking about a feeling I'm sure many of you know all too well. It's that feeling of really wanting to improve, but just constantly hitting a wall. I mean, does this sound familiar? I'm just too busy. I get so nervous when I have to speak. These are by far the most common struggles. And if you feel this way, trust me, you are definitely not alone. And that brings us to maybe the biggest myth in all of language learning. So many people think that real fluency is impossible unless you're, totally immersed in an English-speaking country. But I'm here to tell you that's just not true. So what's the real secret? Well, it's not about some massive, dramatic life change. It's about building small, intelligent habits that fit right into the life you already have. So where do we start? With our very first technique. This first technique is a total game changer because it helps your listening and your speaking skills at the exact same time. It's called shadowing, but I like to call it the echo technique. The beauty of this is how simple it is. Shadowing is pretty much what it sounds like. You listen to a native speaker and you immediately repeat what they say, just like an echo. You're not thinking about grammar, you're not translating, you are just copying the sounds. It really just breaks down into 3 easy steps. First, listen to a short phrase. Second, repeat it right away. And third, and this part is absolutely key, try to copy everything. The sounds, the speed, and that unique rhythm of the speaker. And this really gets to the heart of what shadowing is for. Don't worry about understanding every single word. This is all about building muscle memory. You're literally training your mouth and your brain to work together to get comfortable with the physical act of speaking English. Now, that whole technique builds directly on the most fundamental skill of all, listening. I mean, if you want to speak better, you just have to listen more. It's really that simple. But how much more? You really don't need hours. All it takes is this. Just 15 minutes. Seriously, 15 minutes of focused listening every single day is enough to make a massive difference in your comprehension and your rhythm. And the great news is you have so many options. You can listen to podcasts made for learners, put on some English music, find millions of YouTube videos, or listen to short audio stories. The trick is to find something you actually enjoy. Yeah, think of it this way. Just let English become the soundtrack to your life. Listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, when you're out for a walk. You don't even have to catch every word. Just let the sounds of the language become a normal, comfortable part of your day. Okay, so you're listening every day. Great. Now it's time to actually activate your voice. It's time to start making some noise and training those speaking muscles. This is one of the simplest but most powerful exercises you can do. Find a short, simple text. Could be a news article for learners, a kid's story, anything, and just read it out loud. This practice directly builds your fluency, polishes your pronunciation, and gives your confidence a serious boost. I just love this analogy. Every time you read aloud, You're doing a rep for your tongue, your lips, and your jaw. You are literally strengthening the muscles you need to speak English clearly and smoothly. It's a workout. All right, this next idea, it might be the most important one of all. It's really a shift in your mindset. It's the difference between treating English like a subject in school and making it a real part of who you are. And this really gets to the heart of it. Just think about the difference between studying English and living with English. Studying feels like a task you schedule, something that feels like homework. But living with it, that's when you integrate it into your life until it's just as natural as making your coffee in the morning. And here are some incredibly easy ways you can start living in English today. Change your phone's language. Write just 3 sentences about your day in a journal. Record a 1-minute voice note to yourself. These aren't huge time commitments, but believe me, their effect over time is massive. So we've covered a lot of ground here, right? From echoing speakers to really living with the language, but it all comes back to one simple idea. And this is it. This is what it all comes down to. Fluency isn't built in one giant, heroic study session. No way. It's built by turning these tiny, repeatable daily actions, like listening to just one song, into powerful automatic habits. That's how you build real, lasting progress. And that brings us to the end. So forget about tomorrow or next week. Based on everything we just talked about, what is the one small, simple action you will take today to start building your English?